Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today we're going to do something that's a little bit different again. Today we're going to start a series that I affectionately like to call Cooking a Bunch of Stuff in Steve's Barn. So you'll see us in here from time to time just cooking all kinds of randomness that we happen to catch or kill, not catch, I don't know what catch means, whatever that word means. But today we're going to show you our version of duck gumbo. There's a million different ways to cook gumbo, and people cook it all different. I mean, everybody has their own versions, like I said. But this is my version of duck gumbo, minus the okra. I hound on people constantly on putting okra in their gumbo, and I forgot to get okra. So I do have fillets, so we'll get our thickness with that. All right, stick around and we'll get started. All right, run you through my ingredients right quick. Got bell peppers, yellow onions, celery, garlic. Got 1 cup of canola oil, 1 cup of all-purpose flour. That's for the roux. I prefer peanut oil, but I'm gonna cook this low and slow, and canola it worked fine. It's no big deal. Half a pound of andouille sausage, 2 quarts of chicken broth, 2 cans of baby corn, and a variety of spices that I use, and about 2 pounds of duck breast that will be diced later. All right, so I'm gonna start by getting stuff prepped and getting the roux started. All right, we're gonna start by putting 1 cup of canola oil in our pot. This is 1 pot too. That's another good thing I like about it. We start with the 1 pot and we'll cook everything in that pot as we're going along. The duck, a lot of people think duck is really strong and livery tasting, and it is if it's cooked improperly. But the secret with duck is don't overcook it. If you cook it medium rare to medium, it loses that tinny taste that a lot of people don't like, and that's usually where that comes from. So I'm not going to brown the duck in the oil or anything. We'll just dice the duck later and put it in the gumbo as the gumbo is heated and boils. And then that will cook our duck sufficiently. All right, we're going to start with getting our veggies cut while we're waiting on our oil to heat up. Okay, we're going to start with cutting up our celery. I leave the greens on too. I don't take the greens on. Leave them on. Bam. Okay, we're going to add our flour slowly to our oil. Keep moving it around. Make sure all the clumps are gone. Or fairly all gone. They don't have to be completely gone, but they're all going to dissolve as we go along anyway. But I do like to get them fairly taken apart before I add more flour. Add a little bit more flour. Got my heat on high right now. And after a bit, I'll cut my heat back down. As we are using canola rather than peanut oil. If we were using peanut oil, we could leave it on high pretty much the whole time. And you can actually make your roux a little bit faster using peanut oil, because you can leave it higher and you get that chocolatey color of the flour that you want. And it doesn't take as long with peanut oil. One misconception about making a roux is kind of the northern ideas versus the true Cajun ideas of making roux. There's all kinds of roux, but the authentic Cajun roux that all Cajun dishes start with. Everybody's under the misconception that once you start stirring, you cannot leave it. Well, that is true up to a point. But you do not have to stir roux constantly. That's how you can get some of that good color. You can let it sit for 30 seconds, 45 seconds. and then move it around again. There's a lot of people that want to move the roux. They'll sit there for an hour moving it. And that's probably sacrilege to a lot of folks. But I found it to be true. And you'll see that here too. That's why I'll do this one. Always do a 1-to-1 oil to flour. See, already getting a little bit of color. It'll go through stages. It'll hit a peanut butter stage here in a little bit. But we're looking for that chocolatey stage is what we're looking. My heat's still on high. All right, I'm just gonna keep stirring this and letting it set, and we'll get back with you guys in a little bit. Bell peppers. All right. We've got about 20 minutes on the roux now, and we're just hitting that peanut butter color stage. Just want to keep it going with it. We're probably a third to halfway there. Onions. Okay, we're gonna put 2 whole cloves of garlic. Ready? Mm-hmm. 1 pound of andouille sausage. All right, we've got our roux about to a chocolate consistency. Get a look at this roux right quick. It's not a dark chocolate, but it's a chocolate. That's about where we want it. So we're going to start adding the veggies now. Add the trilogy. Add some celery, bell peppers, some onion, don't laugh at me. All right, I'm gonna stir this around, let it marry up with that roux in there. Everybody coated good. Put the heat back on high. Now what we're going to do is just going to let these all cook down till the onions get kind of translucent and the peppers get soft and the celery kind of gets translucent a little bit. And as soon as that happens, I was going to hold off on the duck and put it in and let the boil cook it, but I think I'm going to let it mix in with some of this and cook it just a little bit before I add the chicken broth. And then I'll add the garlic then too. Don't want to add the garlic too quick. You add the garlic too quick, it'll burn on you. Don't want it to burn. All right, so we'll get back in a second. It's been roughly right at an hour on that roux, what it took. All right, well, we'll get back in a minute and we go to adding some more stuff. Add some spices. I put cavenders and everything. I absolutely do. Love cavenders. Know a lot of people that use it. Pastor Thomas last night, he was cooking beaver, and or not before last, and he mentioned not having his cavenders. Love cavenders. A little paprika for some smoke flavor. And some minced onions too, just for a little bit more intense onion flavor. Get that guy over there. I will add my Tony's, and this is a special blend a friend of mine makes. It's roasted peppers of various kinds, and he roasts it and dries them, dehydrates them, and then grinds them up. But then he smokes it. You're talking about good stuff. That is very, very good. But we'll put that in at the very, very end, though. Anna, my daughter-in-law, is very, very much pregnant, and she loves gumbo, but she can't handle the spice right now, so we're going to hold off and put that in after we get her some out at the very, very end. Just keep it moving around. It's doing what it do, just like it's supposed to. Keep stirring this and get back to you guys again in a little bit. All right, we're getting a little bit closer to where we want to be. So now we're going to add the garlic. And the 2 pounds of andouille. I'm going to throw some of that on the ground for Coco Dog that's there at my feet right now. She don't care. Get that all going. About ready for the duck. We'll let this cook for another probably 10 minutes or so. Let some of the fats and that andouille cook out into the veggies, and then we'll add the duck. Now we're going to add our duck breast. Those have been hard to come by this year. I haven't actually got a chance to duck hunt this year because we haven't had any ducks. Got these from a friend of ours, Cameron Ames. They've killed a few, not many. But I've got a little boy I've been intending to take duck hunting all season long, and our holes are dry. I mean, not dry as in water, but dry as in ducks. We just don't have any ducks this year. It's just been crazy. Not giving up, still a few days left. All right, so we'll let this duck brown just a little bit, and once the duck browns, I don't want it to get cooked all the way through because the liquid we pour in a little bit. It'll also cook everything in here as well. It gets to a rolling boil. All right, we'll be back in a minute. About where we want it right now. The duck is browned a little bit. The andouille has released a lot of its fat. The veggies have reduced down about where I want them. So I'm going to add the chicken stock now. We'll start off with two quarts of chicken stock. And then if we need any additional liquid after that, then we'll add water. And another thing that I like to do that surprises a lot of people, baby corn. I like to put baby corn in it. Baby corn. All right, we'll get this stirred up, bring it up to a boil, and see how thick we are. Then we'll add our filet. Be back in a minute. Right. We've added some more water. We added a little bit of filet. Going to come and add some more filet now. Quite a bit. It's kind of a feeling of how much filet to add. That was probably, I probably added a tablespoon there. As the old Cajun adage goes, you just sprinkle until you hear the ancestors whisper, "That's enough, my child." Then you can stop. My cousin Mert, she says it all the time. I think it's Mert that says that. Is that you, Mert, that says that all the time? I think that's where I heard that at. Anyway, we're almost there. Let that filet do its thing. Thicken up a little bit. I've still got to add my Cajun seasoning, but like I said, I want to wait to do that. Get Miss Anna a bowl out first. All right, just a couple more minutes and we'll be done. All right, I think we're about where we want. So let's spoon up a bowl full. Hard to get the juice like I want. See all them peppers and the celery and sausage and the corn. The corn kind of freaks some people out. I don't know why. We had a gumbo cook-off for RFK in Stone County. And I won second place with bear gumbo. My division is wild. I think my division was wildlife gumbo, I think. But the baby corn is what pushed it over, I believe. And there you have it. Duck gumbo. Like I said, different people got different renditions, but this is mine. Get a little bit of bite of all that stuff in there. I know it's gonna be hot, it's gonna burn me. Mmm. So good. Roux cooked down just enough that you don't taste the floury taste like you do sometimes in a roux. Don't care, not a big fan of the floury taste. Good. All right, this has been Outside Our Lane, our rendition of duck gumbo. And probably one of several of the series I was telling you about a while ago, cooking stuff in Steve's barn. Kind of a rugged setting. This is just a shop where we clean deer and stuff, but kind of like it in here, so I think we'll do that. It's kind of a rustic, messed up setting behind me, but I don't give a rip. All right, if you like this video, hit the like button, and please go subscribe. I need more subscribers, so please. It's a hassle, it's a pain in the butt, I know it is. I had a buddy text me yesterday, said that he watches all the videos, but if he knew how to subscribe, but he would. It's a pain in the tail. It honestly is. But try to figure it out if you can. I'm not smart enough to tell you how, because I've got the app and I just go to the app and I'm just there. You do have that option, just sign on the app. It's a free app, doesn't cost anything. And then subscribing to the different channels doesn't cost anything. So if you do, you have time and it's something that you'd be interested in, just go do that. Got 180 subscribers now, pushing for 1,000 by July. I'd like to do it by July if I can. Sounds like a tall order, but it can be done. All right, appreciate you guys. God bless everybody. We'll see you on the next one.